Dan Sickles is legitimately the wildest man in American history that nobody knows about until tonight here on American Loser.
Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
On the edge they take the throne, built on bones of those unknown. Counted first, never last, still erased from the past. I am an American loser. No one remembers my name. No legacy and no future. One step behind in the game.
Welcome back to another episode of American Loser. We're in our gas digital era, folks. Promo code LOSER gets you $1 off a month on all the great shows over here, too. Like High Society Radio. Like, how about the legendary, the Legion, rebrand Legion, correct? I just want to make sure I'm getting it right out here, folks. And of course, my favorite part about being in the studio is the people you can actually trick into being on your show, folks. It took a lot of things and a couple of, weird emails, but I eventually got on. One of my bosses here, folks, the great one, Louis J. Gomez, is here with me in studio today.
What's going on, boys? And I'm not one of your bosses. We collaborate. You're my boss as much as I'm your boss, just so you know.
He is so good at this, man.
It's true.
You have, by the way, you're the man of a million nicknames.
Yeah.
If you had to pick the one you think is your favorite, like going on the gravestone, what are you picking?
Jew Slayer. Louis Jew Slayer Gomez. That's what the J stands for.
It actually fits now that we have the... It's really a backstory. We're uncovering backstories here.
No, my favorite one, probably the Puerto Rican rattlesnake.
I was going to say, I think that's the most commercially viable one.
That's the one that's
right?
most used. Real Ass Dude was the original king of things, point guard of podcasting, the artist formerly known as the Howard Stern of MMA radio, the Joan Jett of comedy, hashtag the show. Is there any more? I'm having a mural painted in my home studio with all of those names behind me. So I have to know all of them at one point.
You should, man. You should just retire a jersey from a different team just with that name on the back of it. Do a little Hall of Fame thing, man.
Yeah.
This guy, I think you're going to appreciate what we do on the show here. And by the way, I'm very aware that I'm also in this on this network and in this studio because of you. So thank you.
No, stop it. I was against it. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what Harrington said, and then he just said he wore you down, which that's what Harrington does, man. Former homeless man, now making votes in mayoral elections.
Yeah.
He's got candidates kissing his babies. He's the toast of the town, baby.
Pretty big deal.
This dude is, first of all, he's a New Yorker, like you, okay? And he's absolute chaos. He's just a nice kid from New York, went to NYU. It wasn't called NYU yet. He's going to become a lawyer and marry a hot Italian chick about half his age.
Ooh, okay.
Then he's just going to go on what I'm going to describe as a Charlie Sheen style
I think we all
run
need an Italian chick.
at some point in your life.
I feel like an Italian chick, like what we're all looking for is we want somebody who's going to cook some good food, who's going to clean, who's going to fucking turn a blind eye to your gumad. Like that is what we're all looking for, and we all settle for everything but an Italian chick.
They're it's especially I grew up in North Jersey.
Gumar? How do I say it?
Gumad.
Gumad?
Shannon, what do they make your cards out to? What's it say on the cards that they send you?
Gumar? Gumad? Is the R pronounced like a D? Is that why I'm thinking it's that way?
Trouble with the
it's
Italians,
Gumad.
man.
Gumad.
Say again?
It's Gumad, according to Shannon.
Right on. Okay. Well, we went right to the source, folks. All right.
Yeah.
Well, this guy's an interesting dude, man. This gets like, no one ever covers this, but when I tell you some of the stuff this guy was messed up with, it's, did you see the Charlie Sheen documentary?
I haven't seen it.
Okay. I'm not going to ruin any of it
I'm
for
not
you.
a documentary guy.
I'd like to say me neither, but this is kind of my life. This is what I do.
I feel like documentaries are for fucking, just read a book.
Book would be
watch
more
a TikTok. If you're gonna go documentary, go fucking super quick. 90 seconds, TikTok, in and out. Learn your information. The entire documentary thing just seems a little bit fucking crazy to me.
See, this is what I did. I curated my 90-second Instagram clips to attract you and the rest of the Go-Mates.
Yes.
That's what I've done.
Yes.
I was like, all right, they're not going to give me an hour. They're going to give me 90 seconds, though.
That's a lot.
The truth is everybody poops. That's the rule. So if you can get them while they're pooping, that's valuable time.
That's it.
So this dude gets the nickname Devil Dan Sickles.
Devil Dan.
It's a pretty good name. That would be a solid UFC fighter name, I would say. If it was Devil Dan Sickles. He's from New York. He's going to wind up getting into politics over here. He does wind up working as a lawyer for a minute. But this is just to give you the zeitgeist, folks. That's my favorite part of the show now. That's Nally worked her ass off on that one. But yeah, bottom line is this. This guy is pure chaos. If you wanted to make a movie about his life, you're more in line for like a limited series because there's no part of it where he's not just raining pure chaos on something. So if Charlie Sheen gets a 2-part documentary, this guy deserves 3. That's how fucked up it is. So his wife, who's about half his age, knows that her husband has a reputation about him. She kind of just deals with it. Okay, good chick that way. Like you were saying, good Italian.
When we say
girl.
half his age, how old is he? How old is she?
He's 38. I want to say she was 16 or 17 at the time.
Fucking goddamn, this guy rules.
Yeah, her name was...
God bless his soul.
He's not the handsomest guy either, but this chick was known as... she was one of the early... Imagine being one of the first Italian chicks in New York City. You just got Marissa Tomei energy. Guys are following you around. It's...
she's hot, dude.
Even
Hell
for
yeah.
a portrait, that's pretty good. All right,
That's some hot teen pussy.
she's got...
That's what that is right there.
Dude, she's got to be a smoke show for the time, right?
Yeah.
She's an Italian chick.
What year is this?
So right now we're talking. This guy was born in 1819, so we're talking like 1850s for most.
Okay,
of
this is old school. Okay,
pre-Civil War era.
Okay.
So, but don't get me wrong. His life is pure chaos throughout all of it. You would think with the way this guy lives his life that he would die at any given point in the
so
story.
1850s. That's so above board. 16, 17 for that time.
1,000%. He's playing within standards.
Yeah, that's what you were going for back then.
There's a lot of people out there that are still going for it now.
Yeah.
All right, a little creepy that way, but what's worth mentioning too is that Dan's already got a reputation about him. So he's in politics now. He's going to be he works for the minister's office to England, and back then that meant going on like trips for political conversations, essentially being, I guess we would call it a pre-UN type thing. So he's just going over there having these conversations with them. And our boy, by the way, not only is he known for hanging out with prostitutes, which was rough in the day, he brings prostitutes around, and he's known for also not just prostitutes, but he'll bang anything that moves. Devil Dan Sickles has whatever monster libido it is that just makes him want to bang everybody.
Love it. I love this guy. This is me.
This
is the me of New York politicians.
It's only going to get better.
Nice. I like it. I like it. Because I'm telling you right now, I almost brought a prostitute to Zach's wedding.
I kind of remember this.
Yeah. So Zach, we ordered, prostitute, stripper, whatever. They were Dominican whores that we got for his bachelor party, and I was just fucked up. This is the era of Gas Digital when we were on designer drugs from the dark web. Dark Weeb Nate would bring us fun drugs that had, anytime you have a drug that has like multiple letters and numbers.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, you're like, well, I don't even know what this is. This is some scientific shit. And I was just fucked up, dude. And there was one Dominican chick, big-titted Dominican chick, and I was like, please be my date to Zach's wedding. And she was like, yeah, Poppy, whatever you want. And then I fucking...
Did we do a competition to figure out who you were bringing to Column's wedding to?
Yeah, I did, the contest.
Oh, dude, she thought that I had some sort of cachet with you where I could,
Which girl was it?
One of them that just kept DMing me all the time.
Was the hot blonde one?
I'm going to say yes.
I fucked up with her, dude. Shout out Allie. She's out there. No, she's so hot. She's from San Diego. And I ended up getting back with my ex and then breaking up with her. I brought my ex to Column's wedding, and I didn't bring this smoking hot little fucking blonde tattooed firecracker that would have just sucked my cock right off my body. Sorry.
You live and you learn, those.
Yeah.
You live and you learn, dude.
Devil Dan Sickles wouldn't have done that. He would have figured out a way. He would have found the path to bringing them both.
Dude, this is such a Lewis move, actually. That's why I really did pick this topic for you. He's got some pretty interesting stuff going on. He gets censured, which, by the way, is like a very bad thing for being in politics. He's a New York state senator now, so not on the national level, but on the state level. He actually gets in trouble. He's censured fully by them for bringing prostitutes into the Senate chambers and banging them in his office.
Sick.
Kind of a cool dude here.
Where's the, have you ever been with a prostitute?
No, I had plenty of opportunities.
The lie that he just told was beautiful, actually. He went, no, not at all.
It was weird, man. I had so many chances in the Navy, and it was always like, I screwed up. I was always in a relationship when I was deployed.
Damn.
And so it's one of those
Well,
things.
that's why you get a prostitute.
I would think about that, and then I would sit there and I'm like, this girl's taking care of my dog back home right now, though.
Yeah.
And I was like, what if she finds
Who's
out?
taking
and
care
hurts
of your
my
dog while you're deployed, bro? You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Bro, you got to fucking pet that dachshund.
It's true. I am Irish. It's going to be a dachshund.
It's a fucking little pug.
Yeah, just a little. It's like one eye kind of droops out.
Yeah, an
a little
Irish
bit
dick
there.
is definitely a pug. It's got a flat face. It's got fucking drool hanging out of it.
It's you want it to be more of a shepherd looking thing, but it's just
Yeah.
not gonna be. It's a terrier at best.
Yeah, Puerto Rican is like a short-legged fucking pit bull. That's a Puerto Rican cock.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I was curious about it. Now you're putting this in my head about.
Yeah, if
trying
you have
figure
to
out-
assign a dog to a race of cock, a Rottweiler's a black cock, obviously.
So now obviously Shih Tzu is going to be the Asian community.
Yes, a Shih Tzu.
Yeah,
Maybe
small but fersome. You really don't want to mess with them.
Yeah, a toy Chihuahua.
Mexican cock's going to bite you at the ankles a lot. By the way, there's a famous. If you had to just pick from your mind right now, if you were to pick who we would probably call like one of the most famous porn stars in the world, just pick one off the top of your head. Somebody in pop culture.
Culture?
Yeah, pop culture. What name you going with?
Most famous porn star. See, I'm showing my age because my mind immediately, the first answer goes Jenna Jameson, who was like in my age group, that was like the fucking chick.
It was absolutely.
But is it more like current?
If you had to go current too, because Jenna Jameson is a damn good one, because we can use that for the example.
Okay.
All right, so obviously Jenna Jameson, very famous. Tito Ortiz tried to turn her into a housewife. And
Yeah.
Now she's all Christian and stuff, which is weird to me.
Yeah.
But this chick back then was named, this was her not even like a nickname, this is a legitimate name here, Fanny White. She is the most famous prostitute in New York City.
Ooh.
And she winds up running, she becomes a mistress and runs some sort of a brothel type thing. And she's heavily involved with our boy Dan Sickles.
Were people not worried about diseases back then? Because there was no condoms back then, right? When did they invent
No,
the condom?
it's straight, yeah, pretty much they're just straight up.
You're raw dogging 1840s New York hookers? That's crazy.
Dude, I read this, by the way. It was most women were out by the age of 21 from prostitution, and they at best would have a 3 to 5 year run. So, Harrington has condom information for us.
First rubber condoms were produced in 1855.
What year was this?
So this is around that time frame. So they're
He wasn't using one of the first rubber condoms.
no way.
That's crazy.
No way were they breaking it in on Devil Dan Sickles. By the way, he's a Tammany Hall guy. I don't know if you know anything about Tammany Hall, but that is when government corruption had its most power in New York. So yes, they were corrupt as hell, but they would also help. They pretty much built the Upper West Side. They built Harlem. If you ever go to any of the museums, they're all built by Tammany Hall money.
Yeah.
So Tammany Hall kind of runs shit from the start of New York City during the American Revolution and only kind of goes away with LaGuardia. Like, that's how long they kind of ran this whole place.
Wow.
So he's a Tammany Hall guy, which is pretty much calling it the mob before the mob. This is the Irish Mafia in New York City. So on one particular trip, this is what they do. He not only leaves his pregnant Italian wife at home, Devil Dan Sickles, he actually travels on a trip to England, brings his prostitute girlfriend with him named Fanny White. The kind of agreement they had was he didn't pay for sex, but he had to provide for her life. So Gumad is like a pretty legitimate way to describe that, I think. So he actually brings her to England with him, gets in front of Queen Victoria at Buckingham Palace, and introduces her to the Queen. So, hey, here's my whore girlfriend. Literally, this is the Queen, by the way. You two should talk. You probably have a lot in common, But again, it's
when I bring girls to Skankfest meetings, introduce them to Rebecca and Christine.
this is our new intern.
Yeah, I think this girl can work the merch booth.
Yeah, we'll find something for her to do.
Yeah.
She's great. Now, by the way, I do want to apologize to my pal Jorge here because I have another Zeitgeist drop because we got to explain exactly what's going on in the 1850s. Zeitgeist, baby. America is heading towards a civil war. Abe Lincoln's making a name for himself. Slavery is the hotbed issue of the time, and Tammany Hall is straight up running New York City. Sickles is considered a Tammany boy, meaning he's part politician, part mobster, and part Charlie Sheen. So, if you're going to be seen with prostitutes in public at
Sheen.
this time, Sheen.
Thanks, folks. I'll grab another black coffee, please.
A body brain coffee for my friend, please,
Yeah,
folks.
please.
My understanding is that it helps replace testosterone for people, too.
It does, naturally. And it helps with your brain function. I used to a regular one. I already had some Body Brain coffee this morning.
Right on. It's called product integration, folks. Synergy here at work.
Well, people always say that. They're like, dude, why do we see you drinking Starbucks if you have your own coffee? It's like, because you could drink 1 or 2 of these a day, and then you're overdosing on supplements.
Yeah, don't do that, man. Then
Yeah, no, you only want a couple. You want a
funny.
couple at the most. I have 1 cup every morning.
See, no, it's consistency.
Yeah.
And that's it. You're using it as recommended, too, man.
My testosterone's through the roof right now, baby. My
Here's
cock
why I
is
would,
always hard.
See, that's that. Maybe I need to get more of this coffee. then.
Harrington, why use 2 cups, though? Is it because you don't care about the money we spend at the company? I'm just wondering. It's fine.
Whenever I use one, it leaks through.
No. I don't think that's true.
Regular coffee would not leak through. Body Brain coffee will leak through, folks.
It's just eating the bottom
want
of
you
this
to know. It's because the cup is getting stronger and more confident as it goes. This is why this one particular story is nuts. He introduces the hooker to the queen and goes, "This is Miss Bennett." So, just to explain that one, this is the modern day equivalent of if Trump was to bring Riley Reid over.
Riley Reid would be a good.
She was everybody's little fantasy girlfriend for a minute. But if he was to bring Riley Reid over to England and then introduce her to the Queen and say, "Hey, have you met Kamala Harris? This is Kamala Harris." I swear to God, Miss Bennett was actually the nickname of his opponent back home that was trying to run for the same representative, the district he was representing. So this is the chaos the guy brings her. He goes, "Yes, I'm going to leave my pregnant wife at home. Yes, I'm going to bang everything that moves and cheat on my wife nonstop. Yes, my girlfriend is a hooker, and I'm helping to use my funds as a New York State senator to help provide for her. In fact, I'm not even making this part up. This is as good of a gambit as I've ever heard, Lewis. He actually takes he takes his wife's name, right? Her father, I think his name was Stephen Baglioli. And he takes out a mortgage in his stepfather's name. Not stepfather, his father-in-law's name. There you go. In the father-in-law's name, opens up a brothel for his whore girlfriend. So Fanny White, the porn star girlfriend, if you will, at the time, is now running a brothel that is servicing all of the politicians of New York. And this guy, Dan Sickles, is not only banging her, he's also funding it, and it's being done in his father-in-law's name.
Nice.
So it's as good of...
This guy is a real ass dude, is what you're saying.
This is... I wish we had the drop ready for that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, I mean, look, you can't... I mean, it's a hooker, so you got to assume that she's not just going to be the best at business. So just handing her a brothel seems a little fucking crazy.
Yeah, you got to have... somebody's got to, keep the books steady,
Yeah.
So she's doing that. She's pretty good at it, too. She is a character. They can't tell... apparently, when he announces that he's going to get married, she actually attacks him with a riding crop. You know what I mean? Like the old things they had to
stick
spur
to
on a
the
horse. Yeah, so my guess is this. She's either super pissed off that he's getting married to this Teresa Baglioli chick, or that's the only way he could come. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. But here's a goofy another part of the story. Instead of getting into any sort of real trouble at all, because this is where I kind of love the guy. I think that's what we love about troublemakers is the absence of consequence, right? So you've got legendary stories in comedy about trouble, shit that should have gone real bad and it didn't.
Right.
Now, part of that is just I give you a lot of credit for your restraint, right? And then also it's part of your brain. You're not bullshitting about who you are,
Right.
Right. That living honestly is kind of a way to do it. So I think the way we get
Well, that's why I
Charlie
think we
Sheen-
don't get in trouble is because you know exactly what you're getting with me.
Yeah.
I'm not pretending to be anything else.
You opened the show with Juice Slayer. What was I expecting?
I'm
You know what
not.
I mean?
Yeah, you're getting exactly. And this is a similarity between me and fucking what's his name? The guy we're talking about right now,
Dan Sickles.
Dan Sickles.
Yeah,
I'm saying you know what you're gonna get. His wife knew he was banging prostitutes.
Oh, all too well.
We knew that he was doing shady shit.
All too well.
And that's not a problem. It's like when you sort of don't hold him to that standard, you go like, hey, you know what? At least he didn't murder somebody today.
You're almost doing foreshadowing, and I love it.
Okay. Well, he murdered
pretty good,
somebody.
Lou.
Never mind.
It's coming, folks. It's coming. Yeah, anytime, this is what I love about him. They're like, all right, his career's got to be over at this point. And then they're like, nope. It's like Charlie Sheen. They're like, all right, movies are done with him. And he's like, oh, I'm going to make Hot Shots. And you guys are all going to be talking about me again. And every time he's like, oh, he's back out of rehab. And like, we have a script called 2.5 Men. So every time something bad that should have ended his career happens, Dan Sickles is somehow getting promoted. They're kicking him upstairs. It's kind of like saying in comedy where you're just like, all right, well, obviously, this guy's just going to be loud and boisterous on stage. And they're like, well, I guess no one can follow him. Looks like you're closing the show tonight, buddy.
Right.
That's kind of the gimmick. So Now he gets himself kicked upstairs. He is now a member of the U.S. House of Representatives. And, of course, his beautiful Italian wife, the mother to his children, is along for the ride. They got to move into D.C. a little bit. He's got a sweet, sweet apartment, really a house, I guess, back then, within sight of the White House. So this is early D.C., pre-Civil War. You can pretty much see where the president lives. It's kind of cool. That would be, if you could go back in time and check that out, that would probably be like, oh, shit, I could literally pull a B&E right now if I wanted to on the White House because security's a little bit lax back then. So he's spending all of his time down there boozing, having meetings at the Capitol building, banging whores, and a bunch of other stuff like straight out of The Sopranos. And it's he's going to spend a little bit of time at home with his wife every now and then. And she's going to get lonely, man.
Uh-oh.
You know? It's the same thing. It's like, she...
Baglioli fucking cheated? Oh, this bitch. I'm on his side immediately, dude. How dare you? How dare you? You're a woman. You could have anybody.
She could have anybody. It's now she knows her husband's banging everything that moves.
Yeah.
She kind of knows about the famous prostitute thing. If you're like, if you check your phone, all of a sudden you open up your phone, you're like, oh, another DM from Riley Reid. What's going on over here?
Of course.
I did have a weird one with this too. In this studio one time, one of the guests who, let's just say, did some adult film work. She was DMing me, not realizing that Carly, my girl, runs social media for me.
No.
So she's DMing my girl, trying to get me to meet up with her. And I was like,
Nice.
Good. I try to be honest because I have to. Honest to God, I'm blanking on the name at the moment.
Come on.
Give me a minute. And it'll come
Harrington,
back
what was
to
her
me.
name? You remember. Harrington remembers.
Harrington knows it?
You
All
can
right,
say
good.
it.
That's he's shaking
Why
it off.
can't you say it?
Because Carly edits the show.
Oh, she edits the show? Harrington, I thought you edit the show. What do you do?
I do stuff.
That's
I know the name. I'll tell it to you after.
Give me the initials.
SH.
SH.
been on Spook Show. I'll put it that way.
Okay. I don't know her.
But interestingly enough, Teresa Baggio, you're right. She gets sad, man. She gets sad. She's a little lonely girl here in a new city. And there's a guy by the name of Philip Barton Key. And he's known as the most handsome man in Washington.
Ooh.
Okay. He's I think the 8th U.S. District Attorney for D.C. ever. So he's like, he comes from a good family.
Yeah.
His dad wrote the Star Spangled Banner.
Wow.
Yeah, so his dad wrote Star Spangled Banner. That was Francis Scott Key. So this is Philip Barton Key, and he's a handsome boy with a great job, good family lineage over here, and he can't resist what most boys in New Jersey take for granted. What did we talk about before? Italian chicks.
pussy.
Yep,
That's
Italian
it.
chicks, man.
And now she's 19. Soaking wet. She's fucking...
No longer barely, folks.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, no longer ill. Now barely.
Yeah. So she hooks up with this guy.
She's going to wind up hooking up with the most handsome man in D.C., and her indiscretion is that she's a married woman and a mother. Meanwhile, Dan Sickles is still busy plowing his way through whorehouses, getting whipped by his famous
That's like if my chick hooked up with Matt Rife behind my back. Now you'd have to kill her.
Bitch.
You'd have to kill her. There's no getting to him. I have to actually strangle her.
I see that one. No, that one checks out too. Unfortunately, and this is why he's an important guy in history. He's going to get a what's known as a poison pen letter, which back then is like, when someone blows up your spot on Twitter.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh yeah, care to explain why you were getting so comfortable with that female comic over there the other day?
Oh, no.
Yeah, so a poison pen letter reveals that to Dan Sickles, hey, just so you know, your wife is banging Philip Barton Key.
Who sent him the letter? Do we know?
They never found out. Anonymous. So
It was probably her. That's some crazy chick shit. She wanted him to know herself. That's some fucking...
guilt was eating her up.
Yeah, well, not
She's
the guilt, dude.
she's
She just
Catholic.
wanted it. She wanted him to know.
You know she's going to be Catholic too, right? Because
Yeah.
I can never prove it, but Dan Sickles strikes me as he would probably be Catholic if you're in the Tammany Hall institution. That's
maybe.
very pro-Catholic. So, I
So
wonder if
he
the
gets a
guilt-
letter. Your wife's cheating.
Yep. So he loses his goddamn
Have you ever been
mind.
cheated on before?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe I have.
Did you lose your mind?
I'll tell you what. It was always one of those things where it was I couldn't prove it, and then I didn't need to seek out the information because the relationship was already over.
Right.
Like somebody pointed it out to me. The chick that I was with in Florida. they're like, yeah, so she just got rid of you because she didn't want to like still feel guilty about the relationship she'd probably already started while you were together.
Right.
And I was like, guys, this already hurt. I don't need like I literally just moved out of a house I bought. Can you stop doing
that's
this?
terrible. Yeah.
I don't need like, kicks in the balls on the way out, but
Yeah, getting cheated on by a chick is just fucking like whatever it is. It just really, because I've cheated my whole life, and it's like I completely disconnect from like what it is. You're like, oh, I'm just fucking a hole. Like when you're the hole being fucked, it is just so much worse.
yeah, you're like I really thought I was something here.
But that's really, it's what it comes down to. It's just all insecurity. It's just like you're letting a man inside of you. That's fucking crazy. You're being hunted. You're laying down and you're allowing him to fucking lay his fucking anchor inside of you. Ooh, it's making me angry just thinking about it.
It's the definition of consent, though. Isn't
I
it?
hope that Sickles goes apeshit. I hope he murders everybody involved. I hope he murders the kids. I hope he drowns his own kids in front of her.
Oh, you want a full... See, this is why he doesn't get an HBO documentary. This is why he would just wind up on History Channel or something. He does pull off something that up until this time has never been pulled up before. The letter informs him that his wife's banging Philip Barton Key. So on February 27th, 1859, Sickles waits outside of his house, waits for Philip Barton Key to start walking across the street to go bang his wife.
Oh, so he's outside of his own house.
Broad daylight, in view of the White House. Remember I said you could see the White House from his apartment?
Yeah.
Just shoots him dead in the street and full of witnesses. He went Denzel...
And that's back then when you had like a round bullet and you had to stuff it into the end of a gun.
I think he had the revolver going. Harrington, any chance you could pull up the photo of it too when you get a chance?
I think the reference you were looking for was American Gangster.
Yeah, American Gangster. Yeah, I was about to say Man on Fire, wasn't I? Nope, he's not protecting a young girl on this one. Well, I guess in a way he is. But yeah, American Gangster, that scene where he just walks out and just drops the guy.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what happened over here. So our boy Devil Dan Sickles, he's already got the reputation. He's a wild man. They're saying that's the pistol that he used over there. Literally looks like something you'd vape out of nowadays, but It is what it is. But yeah, there's the picture of the actual shooting that takes place. I think it was in Lafayette Square.
Wait, there's a picture of the shooting?
They did depictions, if you will.
I was going to say that's impossible.
It's dude, that'd be great. That's like Bargatze's time travel joke.
Yeah.
Nate just has like a Motorola, screenshot photo of it. But here's what's crazy. If you wind up, there it is, in broad daylight, that's how all the witnesses drew it up. Guy's begging for his life on the street, and Dan Sickles just walks up to him and just goes, makes it happen. So that should be as bad as it gets. Broad daylight, witnesses.
I mean, there's multiple depictions that show him on the ground with him standing above him.
Begging
So that's
for
what
his life.
happens.
Yeah. It's also within view of the White House, and you're supposed to be a member of the U.S. House of Representatives. If this happened today, biggest story in the news for weeks, I would say.
I think back then you became a sheriff by killing the current sheriff.
It's
right?
Is
that how it works?
It's Highlander rules. That's
That's how you just like, I'm the senator now. Okay.
Dude, he pulls it off in grand fashion. He does put himself in jail, turns himself in. He goes, hey, I just shot the guy who's banging my wife. And they're like, all right, cool. Winds up receiving like 50 to 100 visitors because everybody just wants to come by and tell him how, hey, man, if you need anything, let me know. Because he's a Tammany Hall guy. They know he's going to beat the charge. Sickles also happened to do a couple of things here. He is fascinating for multiple reasons, but his trial is known as one of the trials of the century.
Okay.
I feel like that's an overused term, but it is what it is. Sickles will use his Tammany Hall pals to help him out. It wasn't going to be easy, but Sickles is going to plead, Lewis, I shit you not, temporary insanity is what he pleads. What's unique about this is that it's the first time it's ever been tried.
Oh, no one has ever pulled off
temporary insanity here.
Right.
It works. He gets acquitted.
Of course.
Dude, literally they just hit him with something that they've never seen before. They're like, what do you mean? Like, it's the boxing match. You can't use your feet. That's cheating. So Sickles is going to wind up becoming a hero all around town. It was the first time it was ever used in a court. It works. And even though the guy that he dropped was very well known and very well connected and had a famous father, Dan Sickles happened to whack a guy who stole his wife's honor. So in that regard, they're like, oh, he's just upholding his honor as a man because his wife was, laying with another man. And also probably avenged quite a few less reactionary folks whose wives had either hooked up with or dreamed of hooking up with this guy, Philip Barton Key. You compare him to Matt
I wish
Rife
I had a
before?
camera just for the absolute ass whooping that he gave his Italian wife. Dude, he fucked her up.
My guess is that it's got to be like Godfather Part 1 when they rough up the daughter in order to make Sonny Corleone go crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like that has to be kind of what it was. But yeah, he winds up, he actually forgives his wife, though.
Wow.
This is crazy. So he
He's
goes
an honorable guy.
Well, he's so bad all the time, and then you're like, but there's like a good part of him. You know what I mean?
I did have a girl cheat on me once that I had cheated on her so much that at the end of it, I wasn't even like, it hurt, but it was still kind of like, I get it. I completely get why you like. It wasn't gonna like. I was such a piece of shit that I deserved to feel this a little bit.
Dude, that's that little thing that you have there. That's what keeps you from being a full blown sociopath.
Yeah,
You think that?
That's it.
Well, even crazier is that. So you made a good comparison before, Matt Rife, and I don't know him personally. I know a lot of women find him very desirable. You know what I mean? So the idea is this: if he was hooking up with your girl and you beat the shit out of Matt Rife, everybody would sit there in the back of their minds, whether they're trying to find a way to justify it for you, whether they like you, they work with you, anything like that, or at the same time, there's people that are just like, man, Matt Rife had it coming, dude. Yeah. Thank God. You know how many times my girl's probably finger blasted herself thinking about Matt Rife?
Yeah. You know what I feel bad for?
Right.
You know what I feel bad for? All the guys out there that have to have me as their Matt Rife story. Because I'm not even like hot like that. I'm just a big fucking fat old Puerto Rican just pumping away into your girlfriend. There's guys that are listening to this right now. It's like, yeah, Lewis fucked my girlfriend. Not when they were together, but at one point, and it's like, God damn it. There's other guys like that as well. Like if I've hooked up with a decent amount of girls, but if I find out a girl like hooked up with Joe DeRosa, not that Joe DeRosa is unattractive. It's just that I'm now like hooking up with a girl that fell for Joe DeRosa's horseshit. And it's like the same
you
thing
respect
with me.
her less because of
Yeah, it's like you fell for his horseshit. If you fell for Louis J. Gomez's horseshit, can you really look yourself in the fucking mirror with any respect?
No, it's at that point. It's like Harrington in the homeless days when he was telling me what he was going after.
If you fall for Harrington's horseshit, me and Harrington are Eskimo brothers like 3 times over, I think. And I look at these girls, I'm like, but you're fucking me. How did Harrington ever get there? I feel like I'm at a certain fucking level. How did Harrington get there? What was he doing at the time? He was homeless at the time.
It really is a weird world, this comedy
There's
thing.
one girl that's pretty cute that Harrington fucked when he was homeless, and I'm like, what is the upside here? You spread your legs for a fat homeless guy? What is the point?
You just gotta make him feel seen. That's really what it is.
I think what
Yeah, you're seen because you're in a fucking behind a dumpster.
I think what this is saying is you can't fault the woman. They're dumb.
They're
whores.
dumb fucking whores who they're right. It's almost like magic. They're like you say, like
100%.
Abracadabra, hocus pocus, whatever word you decide to use to pry their legs open. It's actually magic. And men, we practice the dark arts from when we're very, very young. There's a point where you're a 35-year-old man, even though you're homeless, you're like, I know the magical words. I know the phrase that'll open her legs right now. Abracadabra, hocus pocus, have a banana. All right, let me fuck you right now. And then afterwards, she's like, how did that even happen? It's magic.
Dude, I had the greatest power move of my life. I never even knew that I did this until like 2-3 days later. Very attractive girl talking to me after a spot at West Side Comedy Club. It was Veterans Day, so that's the reason I was getting spots, because they need veterans on those shows. And I'm sitting there, and Dave Attell's like wingmanning for me, and he doesn't even know he's doing it. That's the best part. I literally assumed the girl was with him. Yeah. So here's what winds up happening. Me and the girl are talking afterwards. We go to a bar across the street, and we're hanging out, and I ordered my food to go. And this girl's way out of my league. I was like, I don't have a chance, so I'm just going to order my food to go. So I ordered food in front of her to go, and then she just looks at me, she goes, are we not hanging out? Like, are you not having a good time? And all of a sudden, the very, very much more attractive girl than me all of a sudden feels whatever, I guess the pickup artist thing that she feels negging or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I made her feel like I didn't care about her, and all of a sudden she's like, well, what does this guy have going on that I'm not good at? And then all of a sudden she's twirling her hair more and spending more time, and then that was my one weird power move I had on that.
Yeah.
Because
Did you hook up with a girl?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wrote a couple of good dick pill jokes about it too.
Love
'cause,
it.
I was driving right to the gas station after a failed attempt the first time.
Oh, no.
Yeah, buddy. It was
Oh, no.
yeah. These are the worst part about being a Jersey comic too is you have one of the best nights of your life in New York City, and then you got to go take the bus home at the end of
That's
it.
terrible.
I'm just sitting there with a sad boner pill going on. It's just
Dude, I've had one time. I mean, it's something that's never happened, but like one time with the hottest girl that I've had at the time had ever hooked up with, like my fantasy chick, like was years in the making of me hooking up with this chick. And then one day she called me. She's like, just come over and smoke a blunt and fuck. And I was like, what? Let's go. And then I went, and my dick just would not work at all. Like nothing.
They let
like
us down,
I remember
man.
she sucking my little fucking penis. My little wiener was in her mouth. It was like just Gumby, like just pulling it. And she looked at me with this gorgeous face, this beautiful face. She was like, is it me? And I was like, oh no. Oh fuck. I think about this every day.
I remember telling Mark Norman like this one that I had where it was when a girl goes to you and if you can't get hard or whatever, the girl goes, hey, it's okay, listen, this happens to a lot of guys. I was like, oh, they find you unattractive too? That's so awesome.
Yeah. No, this
feel
was
better
like
now.
this was like the fucking god damn it. I talked to her recently about it too. Harrington, you know exactly who it is.
Did she not tell you to stop telling this story?
No, I've never said who it was.
Yeah, I know.
Anonymity is key here, folks. Harrington, just give her initials out. We'll just
No, don't you dare. Don't you dare, Harrington.
I'm going to dive back in on this one, man. It's
Please.
oh, buddy, you're a champ for being here. He's got all this goodwill built up right now. Dan Sickles he should be in a lot of trouble, but not only is he acquitted, I shit you not, a band plays and leads him out of the courtroom after he's acquitted. So he's like pretty much out there just, getting a celebration that he just got away with murder.
Love it.
Yeah, the murdered, the victim's like family is in there. Like, I guess he's not facing any justice for this. And then there's literally a band playing. He messes up, winds up forgiving his wife, and public opinion on him turns. So he takes the wife back, right?
So now people are mad that he took his wife back.
They were sitting there like, you should have just left her, man. You should have gone, do the divorce thing, send her off to go live in a convent, whatever it is you're going to do around that time. So unlucky for most Americans, a civil war is about to break out, but lucky for a guy like Dan Sickles, whose reputation in public image is kind of ruined, he's going to find a way to return to glory. So he becomes a general in the Union Army, earns a lot of respect from his troops and his other generals. He also was known to have a tent that would travel behind him. He would bring whores out on the battlefield.
Ooh.
He literally had a tent full of prostitutes that would follow him around at war. And then his best friend in the military was Major General Hooker. Yes, another hooker, Lewis. Okay, guy can't get enough of them. But Dan's also known to make his opinions heard, and a few times...
KP, just to not to interrupt, isn't that where that name comes from?
Hooker?
Yeah, they were the women who followed hookers.
General Hooker around?
Yeah.
It wouldn't shock me there, but... Because every culture has their own different name for them, too. There's concubines, prostitutes, women of the night. There's a million different ones. If you can find that, I'd be fascinated to know that one, sir.
The slang term is often linked to Civil War General Joseph Hooker, but more likely origin points to earlier slang related to areas with high prostitution, such as Corler's Hook in New York City. So
I wonder, there is a lot of old New York in this story, too, by the way. Here's what winds up happening to him in the Civil War. Battle of Gettysburg, pretty big one. You ever been to Gettysburg, dude?
No.
It's I won't lie, it's pretty fun. For if you grew up loving history like I did, and we've covered it, like I just have an unhealthy obsession with this stuff. But that's what happens when you don't have a PlayStation as a kid. I just got history stuff instead. Gettysburg is a fun place. This guy is a hero over there. But one thing he does is he fucks up. He marches his guys too far forward because he wants the glory. And what winds up happening is the cannonballs are now in range of him. So a bunch of his guys get decimated. Sickles gets knocked off his horse, loses his leg from a cannonball. All right, but he's going to find a way to make the most of it. How do you spin losing your leg in war into a positive?
It's another thing you could fuck a woman with.
It's
Your stub. I get it.
He's got a whole new move now, too. There's no other leg holding him back here. It's he's got some stuff going on, dude. Number one, I thought this was a baller move. I had a friend named Matt that got knocked out once in a fight, and what I thought he did lose the fight with dignity. He did fight. So fighting is, by the way, when you're going to get into a fight, just being there is 90% of it. Winning makes that 10% feel that much better, but you can get a good story out of it if you lose. Matt was pretty much knocked on his ass on a city sidewalk in Bayonne, New Jersey. And what I always respected was he laid there. Everybody's like, you want help up? He goes, no, give me a cigarette. And he smoked a cigarette on the ground.
Yeah.
And then he got up when he was done with the cigarette and he goes, all right, what else are we doing tonight? Like, he played it off perfectly.
Yeah, the problem is, see, that was a fight between two white men, guaranteed. If you're in a fight with a minority, I mean, you don't want to lay on the ground, be like, let me get a cigarette. They're going to stomp you to death. You need to get out of there, get back on your feet, and fucking hoof it out of there.
It was, there was a lot of pageantry involved with that one.
Yeah. That is some you and me outside right now, and then you fucking have a respectable fight. One guy goes down, you shake hands, like, we're friends now.
I see you've chosen
you marry that guy's
fisticuffs.
sister or something. White guys fight way different than any other race of people.
Oh, 1,000%. It was come on, they're the race that wears flip-flops the most.
That's true.
Right, too. That's really what it boils down to. Now, interestingly enough, his leg is blown off, but his men are like getting, all worried about him and stuff. This dude lights a cigar, and he looks like Tyreek Hill getting carted off the field in the Dolphins game, just smiling ear to ear, smoking a cigar on his stretcher, like, all right, guys, we'll try him again later.
That's also like back in the day, like the 1800s, you could lose a leg, and you're like, all right, this is pretty badass.
It's pretty...
Like today,
100%.
losing a leg, I mean, I guess it would still be pretty fucking sick. Like...
Dude,
but
he keeps the leg, by the way.
He keeps it.
So it's detached from him, but he keeps it, has it preserved in a pickle barrel, I believe, or a whiskey barrel, I can't remember, and then has it sent to the U.S. Army Field Museum, and it's like up there with his name and everything on it, and a little placard. And then later in his life, he would take people to visit the leg, and that's where he would do like his shakedown stuff. We're like, so listen, I'm going to need a little bit of money for this thing I'm working on. And anyway, there's my leg. So just want you guys to know, essentially he was a real ass dude. It's kind of why he was perfect to talk to you about. Now, it's going to take him about 30 years. Yep. So that's actually his leg right
And that's
there.
the cannonball.
The cannonball that did it. Or a replica of, I can't remember. But just completely shatters it there. So they amputate his leg. He keeps it. He goes, no, that might be worth money one day. Just business, 24/7, dude.
Love it.
He does wind up getting himself awarded the U.S. Medal of Honor about 30 years after the Battle of Gettysburg, which is, by the way, for disobeying orders. So, again, there's just no consequences for this guy. He also gets a visit from Abraham Lincoln and his son Tad. They visit him at Gettysburg, and they're like, hey, man, hell of a thing out there, losing your leg for the country. Let me know if I can do anything for you. Parlays that into his next job, which is going to be the...
Hooker fucker. Can I be the official U.S. hooker banger?
Well, we already kind of have a poet laureate, so I suppose we can go ahead and just get the official hooker fucker. As close to as honest to God, when you hear military governor, do you not think that this guy's obviously plowing everything that moves?
Yeah, of course.
Military governor of the Carolinas. I don't know if you have a thing for Southern girls like I do.
Oh, it's so hot.
It is. It's
Texas girls fucking do something to me.
It's the wildness.
I don't know, dude. There's something hot about like a white blonde chick in cowboy boots that just gets me going. First time I went to Texas, I was like, these are some of the hottest girls in the world.
It's for some reason, because I'm very lucky, because Carly's way out of my league, and she's the classic North Jersey Italian girl, but then she's also blonde hair and blue eyed. So when I bring her, so like you can't tell she's from Jersey until she talks too much, right? And then it's like, a walk.
Oh my God, she's from North Jersey. All right, that makes sense.
Oh man,
that's the North Jersey accent.
Pretty much. I wish I would love to differentiate, but I don't suppose I can. Harrington, what were you going to say? I just want Harrington to just go, Mike.
No, I was going to ask if military governor meant like that they weren't allowed to hold their own elections because they were, just an open rebellion. So this was like a governor of the state who was appointed by the federal government, or how that works.
So perfect question. And in short, what it is that this went from... This was after the war, so this is Reconstruction era, where we're like, hey, you're states again. We're all one big United States here, but you're not allowed to kind of call your own shots again. Because what happened was all the Confederate generals went back, and then they started trying to hold all like local offices, and then they just sit there and like, all right, well, how do we still kind of call our own shots from down here? And it was that's the whole which leads to the Great Migration, which is why so many all of a sudden like a city like Baltimore is 80% black, because it's just people that are like, hey, so we tried staying in Georgia and they're not really having it. So A little bit of chaos there, but he winds up in the Carolinas. Not a bad place for a one-legged man to booze and whore around. Like I said, takes people to see his busted up leg whenever he needs to have meetings here. Best part of his story, and this is where when my dad and I first researched this guy, we just kept it to the Civil War stuff, but he's never done being chaos, dude. He becomes the ambassador to Spain. He continues being a ladies' man. This is in his old age here. His wife is dead now, by the way. Teresa dies. He begins hooking up with Isabella, who is the deposed queen of Spain. He's banging, now he's just all European ladies. So he got like one of the first Italian chicks in New York. He's banging the most famous like prostitute in New York City. Right now he's overseas hooking up with legitimate royalty. And he also winds up doing this. He's trying to get the United States to declare war on Spain in the idea that if it helped him, the queen that he was banging might give him like a point in, some sort of an appointment in his royal court.
Right.
So he's like, hey, I got a chance. If I can get the U.S. to attack Spain and my girl becomes queen of Spain again, I'm pretty sure I'm like an archduke or something at that point. So he's trying to he's probably having these conversations with her after they just banged. Like he's just, smoking a cigarette next to a naked Spanish chick saying like, I could probably talk to my friends back home. But, he's winding up doing that. Again, the wife dies in 1867, so Sickles, he's now able to legitimately marry, I'm not even kidding, he marries into French nobility. His second wife will be the Spanish daughter of a French knight, and they met while they were living in
That sounds like a
Madrid.
hot mix.
It's
Spanish and French?
Spanish. It's as European as it gets. And then meanwhile, he's just like, Dan Sickles is not a handsome man. Let's be clear, too.
He's a one-legged, grotesque man.
Yeah, so even before the one-legged thing, he's just still, he kind of looks like, he looks like my buddy Chris Buck, just like the classic mustache, like a hipster kind of dude.
Yeah.
But the final point here, because I know you got to bounce, sir. Sickles is going to become heavily involved. This is the best part of his story, if you ask me. Heavily involved in the U.S. Military Monuments Commission. And their whole job is to raise money so they can have battlefield monuments put up. Like you ever drive by a historical place, they have a little marker that says what it is. So this is his whole job, is that they're raising money. He goes, and I just want to make sure that we get to remember what those boys died for out there. And turns out, after a while, they realize that he's going to become friends with other Confederate generals, and he's going to pay extra special attention to Gettysburg, which is where he's infamous, right? So it's like if they made you in charge of comedy and you were like, I think we're going to focus heavily on Skankfest and the culture change that it brought about in comedy. You're like, we should absolutely tell you. So we'll put about $10,000 of that into the Skankfest fund.
Right.
And we'll go from there. But, of course, it's Dan Sickles, dude. He winds up being, when all the monuments are made at Gettysburg, he's the only major general that does not have a statue made for him. And that's because they found out that all the money he raised for his own statue, he embezzled. So it's like he just can't do anything honest. That's the best. He probably, I'm not even kidding, probably had to pay off his prostitute girlfriend. She's probably 2 months back on the mortgage payment. He goes, all right, take my memorial monument for all the men I had killed at Gettysburg. Take that money and just we'll get back to you here. They wind up kicking him out of the committee as well, too. What finally takes him out? A cerebral hemorrhage. Age 94.
94.
Back then, dude,
That's like living to 140 today.
10,000%. Age 94. Danny Sickles will live to 94, dies back home in New York City. His funeral mass at St. Patrick's Cathedral is massively attended with a giant procession all the way through Manhattan. He is now buried and interned in Arlington National Cemetery. On his grave, it reads, Major General Dan Sickles, Medal of Honor, real ass dude. So, I can't think of one part of his life where he's being honorable, but I also can't think of one part of his life where he's not being wildly interesting. This is his funeral procession,
Playing by his own rules. I like it.
Dude, he's a total outlaw. And it's the fact that when you go to Gettysburg, that's all they talk about is they're just like, oh, yeah, he lost his leg here because he disobeyed a command. And then you're like, all right, well, I was going to do an episode on that because I thought that was interesting. And they're like, oh, by the way, first guy to ever use temporary insanity. Oh, yeah, he shot the guy who wrote the Star Spangled Banner's son. Oh, by the way, he had a famous porn star girlfriend he hung out with, too. Oh, yeah, also he tried to bang the deposed queen of Spain and then tried to urge the U.S. into a war because he thought he was going to become part of the royalty. He's just kind of an interesting dude.
Yeah, he should have his own fucking whiskey brand. Dude, I want to drink Sickle whiskey.
Dude,
that is the fucking... Devil Dan's whiskey?
I think we're onto something here, sir.
We're onto something, boys.
If you mix that with a little bit of Body Brain coffee, that's a true Irish coffee, man.
I love
it. First of all, I'm going to be lame as hell here for a second. since Jersey's where I'm at. Anytime I come into the city, though, whether it was Roastmasters, Story Wars, coming on the shows here at Gas, you are nothing but stupid good to me. And just
Oh, of
thank
course,
you for
bro.
that.
You're the fucking
All right?
man. You're one of the funniest guys out there.
That's,
Seriously, KP.
I love you,
always
dude.
love having you on. And fucking all the things that we do. And you were one of the guys that came out Roastmasters early. He was like, "Yo, this guy's just fucking hilarious." Like unassuming. You look like a cop. You look like you shouldn't have a funny bone in your body, but you're fucking great, dude. Seriously,
it's
great show you got here.
It's a joy to be here every week too, man. So thank you very much.
Thank
for what
you very
guys
much,
built.
KP.
I love you,
fucking
jerk,
man. Love you,
all right?
dog. All right, boys.
That was Devil Dan Sickles, American Loser.
On the edge they take the throne, built on bones of those unknown. Counted first, never last, still erased from the past.